lot of times people try to figure out what's going on in their life, why things happening to them. But the truth is, a lot of times the bad happened to you in order for you to remove the people and things out of your life and make space for the things that actually is going to impact your life. Because a lot of times we as individuals have a lot of people around us that's holding us back from the blessings that we need to receive in life. And when things happen, a lot of times we say why, or we feel like we're getting punished, but in reality it's not punishment, it's actually a blessing.
What's up, everybody? This is Spectacular Smith, and welcome to the Spectacular Experience. What's up, everybody? This is Spectacular Smith, and welcome to the Spectacular Experience. I posted something on my Instagram. You guys just heard it just now, but I want to really dig into that even more, because a lot of times we go through things in life and we get baffled on, why am I going through this? Is God punishing me? I realize it's a message in every situation, especially tragedies or bad situations. And you really look back and you like, wow, I went through that, but that made me better, or that made me realize that this person wasn't for me. And I was able to cut that person off. That person served its purpose was to let me see this bigger picture that I didn't see. I understood that once a situation happened to me. So I actually had someone who was helping me build my business. Through that person helping me build my business, he was making his residuals off of, the people he was bringing to the table. It was something that it was mutually beneficial to both parties, right? He brought people to me. I made sure I gave him the money he needed, off the every single deal he brought to the table. So he was making residual off the hard work he was putting in. He ended up actually asking me for money. And when he asked me for money, I was just like, you know what? It's cool. He actually asked me like around, $6,000. And I know a lot of you like, yeah, dog, like some people ask to borrow sugar. Some people ask to borrow ketchup, but $6,000, good Lord. So if you guys been listening to my podcast, you understand that I'm a person that want to teach you how to fish. I don't like giving away fish. But in my mind, I was like, you know what? He said, listen, Spec, this is going to change my life. I can go back into the things that I was doing. It's going to really help me out. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to help you out. If you say this is going to change your life, cool. He was already doing like going to auctions and buying things and selling them. So when we initially got started, I say, listen, this should be just another source of income for you. This is just a hustle. And you do your main thing that makes you the money. He decided not to listen to me, to actually go on and stop doing what brought him all his income, his main income, and start doing the side hustle with me. And my side hustle was paying him thousands of dollars a month. But at the same time, his main hustle was bringing him that money, which was his auction stuff. So let me just speed the story up, not to get draggy on this. But long story short, I gave him the money and he stopped doing his main hustle to begin with for me to even give him the money. That's why he even got in his situation. And when I gave him the money, he went to go party in Mexico. I'm seeing on my Instagram, popping bottles, all type of stuff. And I'm like, yo, like, didn't you tell me like this is going to change your life? Then he came to me and was like, man, the money got messed up. I need more money. So I'm like, whoa. So you told me this is going to change your life. And now you coming to ask me for even more money. And this is why I like to teach people how to fish and not give them fish. Because I just gave you a bunch of fish and now you came back and you asked for more fish. So I'm like, you know what? I decided to all right, I'm going to give it to you one last time. but it was taking longer than he wanted because I had to get the money approved and get the money to him, right? Because I'm not giving you my money. You're going to get a loan through the company, and you're bringing in assets and things to the company. So you're going to take money towards the money that you was getting already. So you will have to recoup the money that we sent you. So I decided to give it to him, and could you believe he stopped picking up my phone calls? Like I did something wrong. So it was a lesson for me. It let me know that I really need to teach people how to fish. Stick to what I am good at. I'm good at teaching you how to fish and put you in a situation where you can get as many fishes as possible. I don't like giving out fishes, and it ruined my relationship. But at the same time, is that really somebody who I want in my corner that can let money come between us? I feel like any person that I get involved with, money shouldn't be a factor on if we're going to be cool or not. So that opened up my eyes to that. So even though I lost somebody who I felt like was a friend, who I talked to for years, and then all of a sudden flatline, I feel like, okay, well, that's a person that I don't need in my life. You know, you had a reason why you was my friend, and that reason took too long for you to actually get to that point to what you wanted from me, and it took too long. So you used this as a scapegoat, and you asked for money, and you did what you had to do, and you just left. So I'm a passionate person. If I'm your friend, then I want to be your friend, right? It's not about money. It's not about status. It's not about any of that. I want to make sure that, we on the same page. You're here for me. I'm here for you. And that's what it's about. So every situation is similar to that situation. Matter of fact, I'm going to get into another situation where I actually went through the whole Pretty Ricky thing, and I made all this money in Pretty Ricky, millions of dollars. And me and my family actually put all our money in one pot. And my father was handling the money, which was my manager, which was my record label owner. I actually, did everything in my power to, stay successful. But my father was going through it with the record label. He was going through this lawsuit. I realized that, my father wasn't the best person to make these decisions because he wasn't educated in that. He was a good street hustler. He knew about the streets. He made millions in the streets. But when it came to corporate, he didn't really equip himself with the right tools necessary to compete with these guys or really do the business that he needed to do to take us to the next level. And a lot of times you'll hear me say, well, get you here won't get you there. And that was one of those situations. So my father didn't make the right business decisions and left us pretty much broke. Not pretty much. He left us broke. Everything just, went down the drain, and I ended up with no money. We got into a fight. And, we all stayed together up until like 6 years ago. Up until that time, I'm a loyal person. I'm like, all right, if this is the goal, we're going to stay together. We're going to put our money together, and we're going to go get this big compound. And, we had big dreams, big goals, and it just didn't work out. The positive out of that, and leaving, going broke, and having to leave and stay in my girl mom house and being homeless, and being in the little room she grew up in and being in the den and working on the computer, I was able to launch my company. One of the best privately held companies in America by Entrepreneur 360 Award. Like all these things I was able to get. And if I was in that situation, I wouldn't even be able to step out in my own world and really live in my unique ability, which is social media, becoming a business owner. And these things would have never happened if it wasn't for that situation. So in your eyes, you're like, oh man, his dad messed the money up and he made bad decisions and they went broke, and you can feel sorry for me. But in reality, the benefit out of that situation was I am who I am now. I have 7 companies. I have several multi-million-dollar businesses. I'm able to help individuals. I'm able to, launch an academy where I can help as many people fish, to get as many fishes as possible to feed their families. That's priceless. And if that would have never happened to me, I would have never been in my position right now. Right. So I look back at everything that happens bad to me that I feel like is bad. I look at what's the positive. I think to myself, what is a positive that I can take from this situation? And 9 out of 10, if not 10 out of 10, is always a message behind every tragedy, every bad thing. So I try to look into that and figure out what is that. When I start taking that approach, I realized I was a happier individual and I was able to move through life way more swift. So I know a lot of you guys are probably going through things right now in your life and you're trying to figure out like why it feels like the end of the world. But I'm here to tell you that it's never the end of the world. You're going to get past it. That storm, that thunder, that rain that just pouring down, the actual sun comes out afterwards. So do not feel like you're in a situation that you can't get out of or you just feel miserable. Just know that things happen and it's always a lesson behind that thing that happened, and you're able to come out on the top if you really, switch your mindset on how you think about things and when things are happening, because it's not about what happens to you, it's how you respond to the things that happen to you. So everybody who's going through something right now in life, just know it's not the end of the world. Things will get better. They always get better. I love you guys. Make sure you guys rate me, subscribe to this podcast, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you leave a review below. This is how I get ranked on my podcast. So make sure you guys leave some feedback, share it on your social media, on your Insta stories, on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your Instagram, whatever you're actually on the most. If you want to share it on all of them, you can post it on your feed. I like to comment, post, and reshare the fans that actually post the content. And if you feel like somebody needs to hear this message, please send this link to them, share it to them. All right. Love you guys. Peace.